let it rip.
I don't want any distractions.
Well, there's a woman after my own heart.
You break mine every time you leave.
Maybe I have something to help ease the pain. A token of my undying affection.
You're too good to me. Always have been.
That's me, baby. Patron saint of sinners.
There's no answer.
Are you sure you have the right place?
Yeah, it makes the most sense. It's where he grew up.
In the brothel?
Yeah, sad as it sounds, it's the closest thing my dad had to a home. And it might be the only place that he feels he can turn to after I convince the whole family to shut him out.
No, you were trying to save Luke.
Yeah, how do you save someone who's determined to self-destruct?
Rise and shine.
Oh, the shine's the problem. You like turn down the sun or something?
It's beautiful out. We need to get up and start the day.
The volume is killing me, my head. Seriously.
Well, this should help. Room service said Bloody Marys were good for a hangover. Cheers.
Oh, bad idea. Oh, very bad idea.
Okay.
Very bad.
I'm 18, old enough to drink in the Dominican.
You're also old enough to buy porn. It doesn't mean you should. One drink turns into 10. 10 drinks turns into waking up in a hotel room with somebody totally inappropriate. Case and point.
You slept on the couch. Nothing inappropriate about that.
I'm a married man.
Not for long. The sooner you get up, the sooner you'll be free to do whatever you want, whenever you want.
I thought the advantage of taking a private plane was so we could get there faster.
I can't control the weather.
Really?
Alexis, no.
Why do we stay on the tarmac that long? The storm isn't even near Port Charles.
Because the pilot couldn't take off until there was clearance.
You choose now to abide by the rules? I swear to God, your daughter is working my last nerve.
Yeah, when she's my daughter, she screws up. When she's your daughter, she's absolutely perfect.
All right, so our daughter, her behavior is beyond irresponsible. The gall of her going behind our backs to run off and marry Ethan.
I will handle Ethan.
You will not handle Ethan. No, you won't. No, you won't. You are not going to walk in there with your gun and kill him. I am.
You don't look so good.
Could be because I consumed my body weight in banana daiquiris last night.
No one asked you to babysit.
You know, if I hadn't downed all of those drinks, you would be begging me to put you out of your misery right now. Oh. Wouldn't mind returning the favor, you know.
How often are you in the Dominican Republic? Do you really want to waste a day sleeping?
Just a few hours. I mean, you did keep me clubbing all night.
Admit it, you had fun.
Well, it was good to get my mind off of Maya and her new boy for a little bit.
We'll see. The hangover was totally worth it.
This hangover is nothing compared to what Sonny will do to me when he finds out I spent the night with his barely legal daughter.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I don't plan on telling him.
Oh, God, look at me. I'm turning into you. I can't kill him. You do it.
I don't need a gun to make Ethan suffer.
You know what? This isn't all Ethan's fault. This is just as much Christina's fault. And that's your fault. And mine.
Okay, look, she's graduating out of high school right at the top of her class. She's going to college. So obviously you did something right.
All I did was show her that an accomplished, intelligent woman can hang herself on a string of terrible choices in men, starting with her father.
Oh, thank you.
And don't even deny it, because you haven't got a leg to stand
Why would
on.
you even bring that
You
up?
would have thought Not that I would have learned from my mistakes with you, but no, I had to go and marry your brother, and he was worse than you. I know, it's hard to believe, isn't it? No. Then there's Jerry. I mean, you know, nothing says sound judgment than having sex with a hostage-taking psychopath. Although he was a very charming guy and an excellent dancer.
Yeah, good with explosives.
Look who's talking. I am just trying to justify why your daughter would run off behind our backs to the Dominican Republic with Ethan to get married.
Ethan's not going to be a factor in Christina's life because it's not going to matter once I get through with him.
Now, my dad never went into much detail about his childhood, but I mean, I know the basics. My grandfather was an alcoholic. He had a bad temper. He used to take it out on the whole family, and then he abandoned my dad and his sister after their mother died.
Well, I know what it's like to live with a mean drunk. I would have liked to boot my own dad out on his backside, blowing his paycheck every week down at the pub, sort of putting food on the table. And kids, they shouldn't survive on their wits alone.
Yeah, I know. That's what my dad and Bobby had to do for a while, until the money got tight. And the cops were threatening to make them wards of the state. That's why they moved down here to Florida to stay with their Aunt Ruby. She's the one that ran the brothel back in the day.
How much of the business were they exposed to?
I mean, Bobby was only a teenager when she started working as a hooker. And my dad would, you know, lift wallets, run scams. I mean, he used the house as his base of operations.
Think how different their lives would have been if your grandfather had never taken a drink.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. It's incredible how one simple choice can have such a lasting impact on people's lives. But it defined who my dad became, for better or worse.
I am so sorry. If Inga had looked at the schedule, she would have seen that Kate is in Sydney on Tuesday morning and can't possibly make a 1:30 lunch in Lower Manhattan. Could you ask Donatella if she could possibly do a breakfast instead? Thank you.
I see not much has changed.
Oh, no, they're worse, thanks to Inga. She's going out of her way to make me look incompetent, double booking appointments, misplacing things.
Wow, why don't you just tell Kate?
Yeah, because when has Kate ever cared about my drama? Please tell me this is you coming to your senses and you're here to beg for your job back.
This is me coming to get my last paycheck.
I'm trying to be really supportive and a good friend to you during this time, but you quitting your job has messed things up for me, and I'm not just talking about it at work. I don't get to see Matt anymore. Just come back to work for Crimson.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Look, fixing up the Haunted Star isn't going to do anything. Luke is not coming back.
Yeah, he is, actually.
You don't know that?
Yeah, I do, because Lucky's gonna go get him and bring him home.
Well, that is the worst idea I've ever heard. How long do you think it'll be after Luke comes back before Jason goes after your dad for killing his son?
No, I told you Sonny's busy, okay? If there's a problem, you bring it to me. Yeah.
Hey, got a few questions for you?
About what?
A couple of Zakara warehouses were torched last night. There were no fatalities, and that tells me whoever set the fires specifically didn't want to hurt anyone. Mind telling me where you were last night?
You should probably call Diane.
I honestly thought I got through to you the other day. How do you expect Michael to want a better life for himself if you won't even consider leaving the business?
Am I supposed to quit before or after Anthony burns the city down?